It all started when King Agamemnon had told Odysseus that he was needed in war. Odysseus kept claiming that he was crazy and not mentally stable, so he took a test. If he plowed over his child, he would not go to war, but if he did, he was forced to go to war. The only problem with this test is that Odysseus couldn't bring himself to do it. And then the next morning, Odysseus left to war.
But I can't. I love my son. He's precious to me.
And then on the next morning, Odysseus was sent to the Trojan War. And so Odysseus bade goodbye to his infant son, Telemachus, and to his young wife, Penelope, and to his father, old Laertes, and he bade goodbye to his house, and his lands, and to the island of Ithaca, where he was king. He summoned a council of the chief men of Ithaca, and commended them to their care, his wife and his child, and all his household. And thereafter he took his sailors and his fighting men with him, and he sailed away. The years went by, and Odysseus did not return. After 10 years, the city was taken by the kings and princes of Greece, and the threat of war was wound up. But still, Odysseus did not return. But no minstrel brought any word of Odysseus, of his death, or of his appearance, in any land known to men. 10 years more went by, and now that infant son whom he had left behind, Telemachus, had grown up and was a young man of strength and purpose. One day, the youth Telemachus saw a stranger come to the outer gate.
I am Telemachus, and this is the house of Odysseus. I thank you, Telemachus.
The stranger looked like one who would be a captain among soldiers. His eyes were gray and clear and shone wonderfully. In his hand he carried a great bronze spear. Telemachus took him to a table and put a footstool under his feet. He had brought him to a place in the hall where the crowd would not come. There were many in the court outside, and Telemachus would not have his guests disturbed by questions or clamors.
Is there a wedding feast in the house?
A flush of shame came to the face of Telemachus, as there was no wedding feast here, nor do the men casually meet here to drink with each other. And then he decided to tell the guest of his father's sorrows. Thereupon Telemachus told the stranger how his father had not returned from the war of Troy, although it was now 10 years since the city was taken by those with whom he went. Telemachus had thought his father had died.
I think that your father has not perished from the earth. Tomorrow, summoning a council of all the chief men, and declare that the time has come for the wooers to go back to their own homes. After the council has been held, I would have you voyage to find out tidings of your father, whether he still lives and where he might be.
As it was dawn, Telemachus rose from his bed. He put on his raiment, bound his sandals on his feet, hung his sharp sword across his back. Once Telemachus had gotten to the council, he told everyone there what the stranger had told him, following his directions thoroughly. But then the councilmen got agitated and told him of what his mother, Penelope, had been up to, weaving the loom in the day and undoing it at night. He was told that Penelope was to pick a suitor soon, and if she didn't, one would be chosen for her. Later that day, Telemachus met with the stranger, later finding out that it was goddess Athene. She had told him where he was to go and who he was to talk to. Telemachus told the wooers his plan, and they were shocked to hear why he would leave. Next he told Euryclea, who was not so pleased. She had begged him to stay for her sake and his mother's, but what he told her was to make sure that his mother didn't know the reason why. And with that, Telemachus left, off to find his father.